Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Okay, we'll start in a couple of minutes.
देखते हैं क्या
Okay. So, in our earlier class, we have started the chapter matter. We discussed about some basic what are the different definitions or properties of matter. What is a atom? What is a molecule? So, we discussed that there are the three types of matter, right? Generally, we all know that there are the three types of matter. All of you know what are these three types of matter? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Solid,
Yes,
Sir.
liquid and
liquid,
gas.
and say gas.
Yes.
So, because we are studying chemistry, we want to understand the properties of these states of matter. Okay, we want to know the properties. So, why is a solid in sense how it looks, how it behaves? Why a gas should be the way it is? Why the liquid should be like a fluid state, flowing state? What is the reason behind this? This is the kind of question that has always been in the mind of the people, and scientists are always trying to understand why it is like this. For example, water is present in all the three states of matter. Okay, either as ice, liquid water, or as water vapor. How can we explain that same substance is available in the different states of matter? So, to be able to explain this, a theory known as the kinetic molecular theory of matter was proposed. Kinetic molecular theory of matter. It's a theory. Okay. We are saying it is a theory. Are we telling it is a principle? No. We are not telling it is a principle. We are not telling it is a universal law, fundamental principle. Nothing like that. We are telling it is a theory. Theory of matter. So, what is the meaning of that? Theory of matter. what will be the difference between a theory, a law, okay, postulate, hypothesis? Okay, these are the kind of terms that we see in science. The law is very common. Okay, law of gravity. We could also say theory of gravity. Okay, what is the difference?
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, a law is assigned by our government, sir, which everyone has to follow, sir. That is called the law.
So that is a administrative law. What you are talking about is administrative law. Here we are studying science, specifically chemistry. The same term in different subjects may have different meaning. So for example, in science, when we say law, just like in administration, yes.
Actually, a law can mean like a law of gravitational force. It is mainly applied to, it is actually true to all types of things. And in the same way, law of conservation of mass is also true, and it rarely changes with the conditions. And whereas theory in the scene might change for a couple of substances.
So when we compare theory and law, okay, a law is a established, accepted, widely accepted theory. Okay, a widely accepted theory becomes a law. Okay, because what happens in science, we start with a hypothesis. Okay, for example, you made some kind of hypothesis that whatever this viral fever is going on these days is due to some virus. Okay, that is a hypothesis. You have to do some experiments to prove it. So once you do the experiments, you may get some data, observations, and using these, what you will do, you will do a inference. Okay, based upon the existing data and observation, we can infer that this hypothesis may be true. Okay, then what happens is, so many people will cross check it. They will also repeat the experiment, they will cross check, and then they will also find, yes, I am also getting same result. Okay, then slowly it becomes widely accepted, it will become a law. Okay, this theory of matter is since a very long time. Okay, kinetic theory of matter. So from that stage itself, it is still considering as a theory. Now let us see what is there in this kinetic molecular theory of matter. What is meaning of kinetic? Can anyone tell what is the meaning of kinetic?
Energy possessed due to motion.
Something, yes, something that is to do with motion. There has to be movement. So whenever it is a kinetic energy, there will be definitely movement. Movement or motion is important. Molecular, something to do with the molecules. So molecules are in motion. Okay, so that is the kinetic molecular theory of matter. So do you think in a solid, okay, for example, there is the diamond. Okay, do you think the molecules of the diamond, they will be having any kinetic energy?
Yes, sir.
No, yes, sir.
No.
Sir, but they vibrate at their own place. Sir, they have very small amount of kinetic energy.
Yes. Very good. When we are telling kinetic energy means there has to be motion. It is not required that it has to be at kilometers per hour. It may be at a very subtle small movement at a molecular level, at atomic level, at a subatomic level. Also it is still in motion. It is kinetic energy. So in your coming chapters you will be looking at what is the structure of the atom, and then you will realize that there is a nucleus, and around the nucleus the electrons will be revolving. They are in motion. The electrons are moving around the nucleus. So if there is movement, there is kinetic energy. Okay. So a molecule in a diamond, there are many molecules of carbon. Okay. They have the carbon atoms, the carbon molecules. Okay. Can we say the carbon is an atom or a molecule, or what you will say?
So carbon is an element.
Yes, carbon is an element. Excellent. Yes, that is correct. But I am asking
Yes,
whether I can tell in a diamond there are molecules of carbon, or I will tell in a diamond there are atoms of carbon.
So the atoms.
Monoatomic molecule we discussed in the last class. Monoatomic, diatomic, triatomic, did we discuss last class? No, we have not discussed here. So generally what happens is, in a molecule is a stable form. It may be made up of one or more atoms. Okay, so the carbon may be considered as a monoatomic molecule. So you can call it carbon atom, carbon molecule, both ways is correct. But if you say O2, it is a molecule of diatomic molecule of oxygen. Okay, but the same when I write O3, ozone, it is triatomic molecule of oxygen. Okay, that becomes ozone. So what is happening is, every atom, okay, it has electrons. The electrons are rotating. There is a vibration. Okay, there is a motion. It has kinetic energy. Okay, so even a diamond, okay, within diamond the molecules have the kinetic energy. When you look at a liquid, that is a water. Okay, for example, we will consider ice, liquid water, okay, and water vapor. Okay, we'll compare all of the three. In all these three states of matter, where do you think that the molecules will have the higher kinetic energy?
Gas. Gas.
Gas. I think 90% of the students will tell gas. Okay, or 100% maybe. It is the correct answer. Okay, the gas form has the highest kinetic energy. And which has the least kinetic energy?
Sir, solid. Solid
has the kinetic. So according to the kinetic theory of matter, okay, the first thing is that the matter is made up of very minute particles. It can be atoms, molecules, or ions, and each of these are identical to each other. Okay. Sorry. For example, if we are taking In this case, water. Okay. So water is a element, or it is, what is it?
It is a compound.
Compound.
Sir, it is a compound.
Compound.
Sir, it is a
Water is a compound. It is made up of how many types of elements?
Two types.
Two types. Hydrogen and oxygen.
How many atoms are there in the water molecule?
Sir, 4.
Three atoms.
Yes, sir, 3.
3 atoms are there in the water molecule. Okay. Now, this, if it is one molecule of water, and here you have another molecule of water. Okay. Can I say there are the 2 molecules of water?
No, sir.
You see, this is the structure of water. Oxygen is bound to 2 hydrogens. Okay. So, I have 2 molecules of water. Is that statement will be correct or not?
Yes, sir.
It will be correct, because one oxygen atom is bound to 2 hydrogen atoms. That becomes one molecule. Similarly, another oxygen atom got bound to 2 other hydrogen atoms. So therefore, this is one molecule, this is another molecule. So now there are 2 molecules. Okay. So when you talk about ice, ice is a solid state, and it can have so many number of molecules of water. Okay, it can have so many number of molecules of water. How these water molecules are arranged? Are they very close to each other or very far from each other?
Very close.
Okay. In the case of solid, the molecules will be very close to each other, tightly packed. Just for representation purpose, I am making like this, round like this. Okay. Okay. The molecules are very tightly packed to each other. But when you go towards liquid state, the distance between the molecules will increase. And when you go to the vapor state, that is the gas state, then the distance between the molecules is too much, very far from each other. So, among these 3 states, which state will have the 2 molecules highest attraction to each other?
solid.
Solid.
Solids.
Pakka, no? Because in the case of gas state, the molecules are very far. When they are very far, their ability to attract each other will become less. Okay. So, the intermolecular forces of attraction, intermolecular forces of attraction will be highest in the case of a solid, and it will be the least in the case of gas. Okay. Next. Of course, fixed shape, most fixed shape will be for the solid, less for liquid, and then for gas. The space also will be very less for the solid and very high for the gas. Now, whether these molecules are stationary or they are in some kind of motion.
In some kind of motion.
some kind of motion is there. Highest motion will be observed in which state?
Gaseous state.
Gaseous state. And least will be in the solid state. So can you say that in the solid state there is no molecular motion? Can you say, for example, in the gas we say, for example, when you burn an agarbatti or you look at the smoke that is coming out when you burn some fire, you see the smoke and the smoke slowly gets diffused. Okay, it's getting diffused. The particles are spreading out. But when you look at the solid you look for 10 years also, it will be like that, only sitting there only in that shape only, unless you do anything to it. Okay, so based upon this one, if I want to say that the solid does not have molecular motion, will it be correct statement?
No, sir.
They have molecular motion, but it is very subtle, very less, very small. Okay, very small motion is there. Okay, you can say physically or visually it is not detectable, but at molecular level it is there. Can you make such a condition? Is it possible to make such a condition where the complete molecular motion will become zero? Is it possible?
No, sir.
Why not? Why not possible?
Sir, can you once repeat the statement?
Now, for example, we are taking solid. Okay, take any solid that you like. Okay, and then in that solid the molecules are very tightly packed. But what we are telling is that there is still molecular motion in that one. All of you are agreeing?
Yes, sir.
Is it possible to create any condition so that the molecular motion will become zero?
No, sir, it is not possible to create that type of condition.
Why?
Sir, because in solid it is the phenomena only that it will vibrate along its mean position.
Sir, because in all the three states of matter, the molecular motion is there, and so if we convert a solid into liquid or gas, the molecular motion will be there.
What does it depend upon, this molecular motion? Does it depend on anything?
So it depends on the particles that vibrate.
It is directly proportional to something. Is it directly proportional to something? Molecular motion?
No, sir.
Temperature. You see, when I am taking water at a very low temperature, it becomes ice. Okay, molecular motion has reduced. When I am increasing the temperature, it is becoming liquid. Further increasing the temperature, it is becoming gas. Right? So what is happening? The molecular motion is directly proportional to the temperature, the heat what we are providing it. Okay. So this is at 0 degree centigrade, for example. Ice, 0 degree centigrade. Okay. Now, can we go below 0 degree centigrade? What is this 0 degree centigrade?
So 0 degree Celsius in which ice freezes.
So who told that the world that 0 degree centigrade, that is 0 degree centigrade? Someone has to tell some. What is this 0 degree?
So scientist Celsius has given this.
Yeah, of course, Celsius is the unit, Fahrenheit is a unit. Okay, so 0 degree centigrade is a standard, okay, a temperature, okay, where water freezes. But below 0 degree centigrade, can we go? Can you reduce the temperature below 0 degree centigrade? Yeah. Can you go to minus 20?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Minus 80?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Minus 273 degree?
No, sir.
You know, minus 20 degree centigrade is present in some of the commercial freezers.
Yes, sir. And so that also very hardly they can produce.
So this is liquid carbon dioxide. Minus 80 degree centigrade, liquid nitrogen. Okay. Both these kind of freezers are available for commercial use. Liquid nitrogen is used for very long term preservation. Liquid carbon dioxide or dry ice is used in many applications, commercial applications is there. So that means you can go temperature below 0 degree centigrade. How much last you can go? Is there a limit? You can go up to here. Minus 273 degrees centigrade is the, what you can tell, absolute temperature. Absolute temperature. This is the temperature which is, we say, absolute, final. You cannot go below it. Why? You see, when you want to go to minus 20, most of you were telling it is very difficult to get these temperatures, are leaned a lot of energy. Minus 80, much more energy is required to get this temperature. So basically, when I am telling that you are going to create a minus degree, okay, that means what you are doing, what you are removing, are you adding heat in that system, or you are removing heat from that system?
So removing heat from the system.
Removing heat. So if you want to remove heat, if you want to remove heat, for example, fridge is there in the house. In the back side of the fridge, you feel it is a bit warm, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
So what is that fridge doing? What is it doing? It is removing the heat that is there inside the fridge. Okay. But to remove that heat that is there inside the fridge, it has to spend energy. In the
Yes,
process,
sir, that is derived from electricity.
in the process, it is getting heated. Now, when we are going down and down, minus, 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 then one situation will come, okay, there to get that minus degree centigrade, minus 273 degrees centigrade, the amount of energy that is required is not possible to generate. You cannot generate that energy. Okay. So this temperature, no one can attain this